Welcome to Finances with Felton. My name is Jeremy, and today I wanted to talk about military buyback. If you are in the military and now work for the federal government in a different capacity, and you did not retire from the military, your active duty time may be eligible for the buyback program. That buyback will then go towards your retirement. What does that mean? Well, before we get to that, thank you for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it also. Please feel free to share this information with anybody who might need it. And if you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. Let's get into it. So, first thing we need to do is gather any and all DD 214 forms. If you have multiple, make sure you have them all. If you just have one, then just get the one. If you do not have your current DD 214, you need to get it. One of the best ways to get that is to go to archives.gov. I will link that down in the description, and that way you can click on that. You go to the website and just scroll down a little bit, and you will see it will bring you to the military records, and you will see a place on there that says start your request online. Once you click on that, you're going to have to fill out all the information, and then eventually you will get your DD 214. You are also going to need a R120-97 form. I will also link that down in the description. Once you click on that, you'll have to again fill that form out. What is the form? That form, the R120-97, is a form that the government will use to estimate your earnings during your military service. If you have worked and served for more than one branch of service, you will need one R120-97 form for each branch of service. So make sure if you work for the Army and then you went over to the Navy, you're going to need two. If you work for the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, you're going to need three, as long as they were all active duty time. If you just worked for the Air Force, you just need the one that you have, just one. So for each one, you're going to have a form. And you should also have the DD 214s. Once you get all those forms, you can move on to the next step. Now, if you already have your DD 214s, or you've already gotten them back, and you have gone to the website and filled out the R120-97 form, whether it's for Air Force, Army, Navy, whatever one it was is the one you're going to have to fill out for. So if you have multiple, you're going to have to fill out 2 or 3 or 4, how many ever you worked for. You will then go to the DFAS website, which is going to be linked down below in the description, and that will bring you to the website that shows you the address for the Army, Navy, Air Force, so on and so forth. You will mail or fax the information corresponding with whatever branch of service to the address that's listed. You can't email it. You either have to mail it or you have to fax it. That's the only way to do it currently. It's going to take about 1 to 2 months to get a response back from them with your estimated earnings. Your estimated earnings will just be the amount you were paid during your active service time. If you want to generally know about where you're going to be, you will take that amount that you have made and you will multiply that by 3%. This number will give you a generalized number, of what you're going to have to pay back to buy back your military service to add it on to your retirement. The number won't be exact because depending on when you got out, they will add interest onto that. So if they're adding interest on, it will be whatever that number is. But that will give you a general number of what it will cost you to buy back your military service time. In the 1 to 2 months that it's going to take you to get that information back, you will need to find out in your office or in headquarters who deals with your military buyback. That way, once you get that paperwork back, you can deal with that HR specialist and give them all the paperwork. They are going to work with you and or do for you the application to make service credit payments. That is the SF 3108 form for all FERS employees. If you have been working for a really long time and you are still maybe part of the old regime, we'll say, it's the civil service retirement system that you are under, and that is a different form. It's the 2803 form. There's not many people out there that still work under that, but there are a few. For most of you, it's going to be the SF 3108 form. They are going to take all of your paperwork, so the estimated earnings, the DD214s, the 3108 or the 2803, and they are going to gather all that stuff up and provide a calculated estimate for your military deposit. That deposit will get certified with your application and forwarded to your payroll office. The payroll office will give you the choice of either making a one lump sum payment or to spread that out over the years or months, depending how much you owe. The minimum usually is about $50 a pay period, or you can pay as much as you want. When you are done, you will get something from them saying you are done. So just make sure that is in your personal file. So when you go to retire, that will be there. Why would you want to buy back your military time? So if you are a regular federal employee, it will count either in total time, as long as you are part of a non-specialized category. So if you've worked for 10 years and you did 10 years in the military, you are already at 20 years of federal service, and you could technically retire depending on where you are in your life. You don't have to wait to retire and add those years on like a special category employee would have to do. The special categories are law enforcement, firefighters, and air traffic controllers. They are under a different category. They must do a mandatory of 20 years and then add on after they have retired that military time. So if you did 20 years and you did 4 years of military service, you now have 24 years that will count towards retirement for your annuity. So that was quick and easy, a lot of information in a short amount of time. But I just wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate the time you spend with me in trying to learn this stuff. It will definitely help you in years to come. So please feel free to leave any comments down below, and please subscribe to my channel and give me a big thumbs up. There's just one last thing. Why can't toilet paper cross the road? It always gets stuck in the cracks.